Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Becky. I'm just at the post office, so I'm turning off my sound and video, but I didn't want to miss the West Schoolhouse conversation, which is the first item. It off.
Hello, Jeff. Hi, Becky.
Hi, everybody.
Good evening.
Oh, now we have a quorum.
Plus one. Hi, Frank.
Hey, how you doing?
You?
Very good.
Okay.
Hi, Anna. Okay, we have a quorum. So I will call the meeting to order at 5:31. First order of business is review minutes from 6:14 and 8:16. I've gone through those, made a few changes. Anyone else have any suggestions, changes? So do I hear a motion to, oh, first I have to, that's right, state who, for the record, Anna Cook, Frank McGinn, Jeff Quackenbush, and Stephen Dalmas. And we have a guest, Leslie Bracebridge. Okay, do I hear a motion to accept the revised minutes from 6:14?
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second,
A second.
all in favor, Cook,
Aye.
McGinn,
Aye.
Quackenbush,
Aye.
Dalmas, aye. And do I now hear a motion to accept the revised minutes from 8:16?
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second,
A
Second.
second. Nope. Anna Cook.
Frank can have it. He can share.
all in favor, Cook,
Aye.
McGinn,
Aye.
Quackenbush,
Aye.
Dalmas, aye. Okay, first thing, it's probably why Leslie is here. So I'm not real good at checking the box at Town Hall for the building committee. So just the other day, I was up there and found that the Shutesbury Building Committee is being gifted $1,000 specifically for the use on 12 Wendell Road, 1829 Town Hall Building, so the old Town Hall, either as previously allocated for a CPC project which has not yet occurred, or for any immediate repair such as the front entryway to the building. So we need to vote on this to accept this $1,000. And then once the minutes for this meeting are available, to call or email them to Leslie Bracebridge. So do I hear a motion to accept this $1,000 gift? to
I
the
motion that we
building committee?
accept, I motion that we accept the $1,000 gift to 12 Wendell Road, the old town hall.
It's 1829 Town Hall Building. Oh, I see, 12,
1829.
I'm sorry. I should,
Or I'll call it whatever you want. We'll call it what 1829.
well, you were using the address, which was, and I was thinking it was 1829. Okay, do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Cook,
Aye.
McGinn,
Aye.
Quackenbush,
Aye.
Dalmas, aye. Okay,
That's actually not why I came. I was curious about that, but I wasn't making sure you received the money. I just, actually was more interested in the West Schoolhouse repair. But thank you.
okay, well, when we get down to that, okay. When Frank and I were talking not too long ago, I noticed that on the inspection spreadsheet for the items that start with 3.1, and that's things
Yep.
like sidewalks and driveways and things like that, that we don't have a heading and for that part. And so a heading that I'm offering is grading / sidewalks / paving / retaining walls. I mean, there are a few other things in there, but I think that would get the point across.
Yep.
Any thoughts, suggestions?
So what else is in that category?
Has I think
If you want to
site-
share, yeah, I'll show you. I'll share it on there. If Ms. Becky will give me sharing capabilities. There we go. This is just the town hall one, but
But I'm wondering if a category should be called site construction. Something along those lines.
I like that.
As opposed to repeating
Right.
all those
Mhm.
different words.
Yeah.
Because that way we could pick up, walls, stone walls, concrete walls, culverts, stuff like that.
so that would be 3.1.
Correct.
Okay, site construction. Okay,
Okay. Frank, were you able to open those comment sheets for the boiler and the HRV that I sent?
let me find those. I believe so. I opened them the other day. Hold on a second. I have two accounts, and that's why. Give me a minute. Having trouble getting to that one because the Zoom is covering half my screen.
Jeff, were you able to open those?
Yes, it took me a while, but I was able to eventually
Okay, and
get
Natalie?
there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, Becky had asked for something that she could present to, I think, Jamrog, who takes care of the boiler. And I don't know, they may have installed that, I'm not 100% sure, but they installed the HRV. And
Do you know how long ago that HRV went in?
I asked Becky that the other day. It's
It went
fairly,
in 2021, I think, or the end of 2020, I think, in the fall. There's one at the library as well.
And that's covering the whole building?
yes.
Does it really have any effect upstairs?
You asking us?
We'd have to look at, see, I mean, in theory, there should be supplies going to major areas, definitely on the first floor as well as the lower level.
I think
Did they
because,
put that in because of the concerns about mold in the basement?
well, also to have the air turnover because we had election workers in there and we have town meetings in there, and before COVID, we had regular meetings in there. That's why it was installed, and it has helped with the air quality, it seems, in the building. I don't get complaints anymore.
That's
People-
notable.
Yeah, people used to walk into downstairs and go, whoa.
Well, I remember in the past walking into the downstairs and immediately going, there's mold in here.
Mm.
Stephen, when did you send that? Because I opened it on my phone and I can't find it on my computer.
Hang on.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah. Well, just specifically with the ERV or the HRV, the air filter thing, regardless of how that mistake was made, it's an easy fix.
Right.
But it seems like the other stuff, the duct work in terms of the proximity to the, what was it, the TRC discharge and like the 180 swoop on it, or not swooped, but 180 turn.
Yeah, there are two.
Seems like an original installation problem, not so
Yes.
much a,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, since Jamrog is the
Mhm.
one that's maintaining it,
Mhm.
it's a little unfortunate that they don't put in the right filter. I mean, if you don't have a 2-inch filter, you put two 1-inch ones together. It's not a difficult workaround.
Yeah.
So it's annoying. All right, so that's the one for the mini splits. And I don't know, Becky,
Yeah.
does Jamrog deal with the mini splits?
Jamrog did not install these mini splits. I went to the other vendor. Unfortunately, Whittier sold his business, and that's why we're running into that problem. I had been happy that we hadn't gone with Jamrog because Jamrog has had repeated trips to get the fire station mini splits functioning and repeated trips to get the mini split at the MLP hut functioning. So I was feeling pretty good about having the mini splits by this other company, but they've now given me a $3,600 estimate to make, to replace the copper tubing, I think that's in there, that's rotting out. And the person who alerted us to the problem, who works at PVE that took over for Whittier, said that they had been replacing those without charging, it sounded like. I don't know why, maybe they were their original customers and they don't have any guarantees or warranties on these systems that were sold by Whittier. But I haven't gotten very far in trying to get, getting an explanation from Whittier. He's hard to find these days.
Okay, so
Do we
The,
have all the original bills and anything that came with that? Did any guarantees come with that from the manufacturer?
Just the it wasn't really warranty. I mean, it's just instruction sheets and things like that.
I think I have the information in the report as to the brand, and I might have, not in this report, but in the town hall report. But one possibility would be to call, I think they're Mitsubishi, could be wrong.
Yeah.
And talk to one of their technical people to see what the warranty is for components. A lot of times the compressor will have a fairly lengthy warranty.
Becky, when you said you got a quote for 3,600 to replace copper, which copper components are we talking about?
They're in the outdoor unit.
Okay.
Probably the condenser coil.
I think it's the condenser coil. I think that's what Devin said the other day, isn't it, Stephen? It was a condenser coil.
Well, that would be my guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But so the insulation that's broken down, I mean, that's a product of sunlight and possibly little critters. So that wouldn't be something that I would see that the installer would be responsible for, but whoever is doing the maintenance, you would want them to replace that. So I guess the question I have is, if people have read through those, my intent was just to note what the concerns were, and essentially they would be things that Jamrog could then look at and respond to, rather than saying this isn't correct. I don't think those things are correct, but see what they have to say.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
So unless anybody had any questions about how I presented, or if they feel something should be added or deleted, Becky can use those to have a chat with Jamrog.
Looks very good to me.
Sounds good. I can email that over and have a nice conversation with them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Who do you
Becky,
send that to?
if they come out, you could have the building committee come and stand around and
Stand right behind you, Becky, all of us.
support you.
Thank you. I'll
So
feel
Becky-
your presence.
Becky, who do you send that to at Jamlog?
I'll send it to Nicole and Jeremy.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
So-
I'll hope they can open it. But you guys, I couldn't print it. I was able to open it, but not print it.
I was able to open it on my phone only. I wonder if you opened it, if you could just save as in a different format, if you could save it as a PDF or something.
Yeah, that would have helped. Because I had to convert it to a PDF.
Ah. So I could probably do that on my phone.
Or Jeff, if you have it converted, just could you email that to Becky maybe? And then she'll just have it in that format.
There's a thought.
Or-
Thank you, Jeff. Jeff, can you do that or?
No, I can have my kids do that.
Ah,
you.
oh. So when you said I converted it, you meant they converted. Was that-
No, no, I got the conversion, but I don't know where the heck it went to after I converted it.
Uh-oh.
I'll see if I can do it, Becky.
Thank you very much.
All I know, it's in
Watch
my
it, Jeff.
closet.
Okay, so someone will send those to Becky in a converted form.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, so Shutesbury Elementary School roof. I was out there last Wednesday, and Cole had a scupper detail, but the detail really didn't deal with how it would fit into the corner. Because if you look at the where the base of the valley is, you've got the gable eave coming down, and then there's some trim that sticks out a little, and you couldn't take a square scupper and put it into that corner unless the corner was reworked. And Cole is saying to the roofer, I forget the job foreman,
Peter,
Peter. Now, is Peter the one that supervises the workers?
yes. And then
Okay.
there's Michael, who is Mike's Construction, the owner.
Oh, okay. Well, Peter, well, Cole was saying, well, you just pat it out. And Peter was saying, well, if you do that, then it doesn't get here. And so I started wondering if, especially since we're going to ultimately cover the rest of the fascia, probably with solid dimensional plastic, do we need that scupper? So there was a hose right there, and we did a little water test. And the majority of the water comes off without touching the fascia. It's only the little drips at the end. So I told him that we'd hold off for now on the scupper. We could always come
Okay,
back.
I saw that in the meeting minutes. Okay,
But the when I was there, they were finishing up flashing against the siding. They had siding removed in places. The plywood behind the siding has no drainage plane on it. So there were some places where it was water stained, but they're putting ice and water shield
Ah,
on that where they've exposed it. Otherwise, the shingling is all done. And that looks pretty good.
did they bring out additional crew and start the envelope study?
Yes, Cole had two other people with him last Wednesday.
Okay,
We're going to do that.
Yeah. And they
Okay.
stayed an extra couple hours
okay,
or
good.
hours. Yeah.
Okay, unless somebody has anything else about the roof,
Well, what else do they have to do yet on the roof project?
gutters and downspouts.
And a lot of the gutters were up this morning. I did a drive-by just to see how it was looking. The downspouts are not yet attached, but most of the gutters are up.
Okay,
And have you, Becky, had any additional contact with Carl's?
Only 2 more messages, but I hope to get, I think the guy I'm looking for from what Dee said, should be back Friday.
Okay, and you'll talk to them also about that drain that's outside the back door town hall?
Yeah, I've listed both the school and the town hall.
Okay. Okay, so moving on, tonight, the Historic Commission is having a meeting, and they'd like to discuss the West Schoolhouse #2 inspection report. And in the email that I'd gotten from Miriam DeFont, I think they see that as their responsibility in terms of dealing with getting the repairs done. Meeting is at 7. I said I could attend. If anyone else wants to be there, that's fine. You know, I think our report's pretty clear about where we think repairs are needed.
Okay. And they have a budget for this, for repairs?
I
No.
don't know. I
Oh.
think that's something that may be discussed.
No? Okay.
I'll try
I'm
to,
sorry. I'm trying to raise my hand, but
Okay.
I'm useless. The Friends of the Historical Commission donated $2,500 for maintenance. I think, would you have gotten, no, I guess that went directly to the Historical Commission. And I think they're talking about using that money for the repair to the corner, this northwest
Okay.
corner.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because they don't have other funds available.
You
Okay.
said they
Right.
don't?
Is that what I'm understanding? I can't see the report on my phone, but so you said the report makes it clear what you think about that project, but I'm not sure I know what you meant by that.
Well, the report, which goes, you know, through the whole building, it identifies things that are commented on that the building committee sees as priority items to repair. The wood trim at that corner, but then also at the base of the entry door.
Mhm.
And we think that oh, and then there's a small repair that, let's see, it would be the south east corner, I guess. There's a piece of soffit or trim that's missing that would allow small critters to get
right.
into the cavity of the building.
Ew. I'm not
That
familiar
would
with
be a
that.
very
Yeah.
simple repair. And then one possible cause of the rot and decay at the front entry is that the stone, there's a big slab stone that you step on and then you go into the door. That has settled and it slopes back towards the door. So when rain comes off the roof, hard rain comes off the roof, it's probably splashing back up. So adjusting that stone so that it's sloping the other direction would lessen the amount of water that hits it.
And forgive me for being so naive about building maintenance, but years ago when the sill work was done on that building, Bob Groves, who had been on the buildings committee back then, advised us that the south wall, the earth is just about right up to the top of well, right up to the clapboards. And he was saying truly it should be dug back and away from the building, sloping away. And I never knew who to call or what to do about that. But if that stone is on the project and you're trying to decide if it should be with equipment or if that's something someone can do by hand, but if you're going to use equipment anyway, it might be a good time to dig out the back and get the earth a little bit away from the clapboards on the south wall.
Is the south, Frank,
When
could
you're
you
looking at,
scroll down just a little bit to the side? Is that the side that was re-sided?
The Residing was done in various places when the sills were repaired, so I'm not sure. South would be the school, the elementary school side.
Oh, scroll up, I'm sorry, just above, there we go. Yeah, the entire south side of the building has been re-sided.
Right.
Okay, yep.
And there are a few other spots.
And
The
one of the,
problem on the south side, which I think it stated in the report, is that the general grade slopes towards the south side, but the siding itself is not in close contact to the ground there.
It's quite close, but you're correct that that's what the danger is after, that's what problem was. I believe Bob would have said that you got this nice new clapboard here and you don't want the rain splashing up against it because the earth is so close to it. And he of course takes things as far as he can to perfection, but truly,
Well, the
I
general
could
recommendation
see.
is that you have 6 inches or more clearance between siding and grade.
I
And then
don't think we're gonna have it there.
could look at it again. I don't remember that seeming to be that close, but if
Okay.
it is, that would certainly be prudent to do.
Yeah, and as I'm saying, if you're just doing the front step manually, then let it go. But if you were bringing in heavy equipment anyway, to do those two together would make sense.
one concern, Steve Sullivan isn't here, Leslie, is that the record showing the lot on that thing used to be so many feet from the road and all that. So we don't know where that line, the property line is to the left of that building and how
Yes.
close it is.
And I can tell you that Karen Tarlow is the property owner that abuts it. She's always been more than accommodating for us to get any work done. She's on the Friends of the Historical Commission. And all it ever took was permission. You know, I think the commission even had some kind of a legal form that she would sign saying, yes, you're welcome to do what you need to do.
Okay, good. And then we'll look into that for you.
Okay.
And then
Maybe you folks have a form that you use if that's the case, but
Yep.
I think I could come up with one.
And I have to apologize. I have to run off to a Concom meeting.
Okay,
Thank you guys. Good night.
so is Frank now host?
I gotta make Frank the host before I leave. There's one more thing. There we
And
go.
while she's doing that, as soon as we're done with Schoolhouse, I'm really curious about the dam, the project at the dam, so I'll leave too. And I
Okay.
appreciate you letting me talk here because I'm not even in the Zoom thing anymore and I don't know how to get back there.
Yeah, we can have more discussion. I'm going to attend the meeting tonight about at 7 o'clock. And I sent a copy of this report to Miriam.
Great, and sadly, it's a full blue moon, the last one in 100 years, and I'm
Oh.
gonna be in a kayak at Lake Wyola before 7, so sorry.
Okay,
You got my report.
all right.
Okay, thank you, Leslie.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful to all of you.
Okay. Two things quickly. I've been spending a little more time up at Town Hall and adding to the report. One of the things that I discovered was that the sump pump is not functional. And I talked to Russ Wilson about helping to replace it. And he and I met there today. And I'm going to get a pump. And then he's going to help. I hope he will be actually the lead on the install, and I will be the gopher or the helper. And then the same thing, I have another volunteer who's willing to see if we can, at least for now, stop the highway department roof that's over the salt shed that we, talked about in the past from leaking. I have a release form for him to sign, and then we'll go up there and take a look at that. And I don't know if anybody has any thoughts.
Well, just the sub pump, was there water in it?
Oh yeah, the pit's full.
Where is the pit?
Do you know that utility room where all the, if you go through the meeting room and
Right,
the
yeah.
basement, and you go straight in, the water heater is just off to your right on what will be the front wall of the building. And immediately to the left in the floor, there's a lid. It's a submersible type pump, so nothing sticks up above the floor.
Mhm.
And
Where does it pump
what'd you say?
to?
Where does it pump to?
Where's it pump to?
Well, that's a good question. The discharge pipe
Uh-oh.
goes under the slab.
Go over that one again? What?
The discharge pipe runs under the slab. And I was wondering if by chance it tied into that drain outside the rear addition.
Where Jeff cleared the end out. Is that the same drain?
Yeah, that surface drain that's by the back basement door.
That goes out into the field, it ends in
Yeah.
the field.
But Russ doesn't think so, because he was thinking, that's an addition. So he doesn't, but who knows? And I don't know if we'll find
Well, you're gonna find out when you turn the pump on.
out. Well, maybe. But
You add some blue dye to it, Steven, so that if you go out in the
Okay.
back, you see where it goes.
all right.
Hmm.
Okay, well, there's a town hall. We could go, well, I could go to the top of 2.1. I mean, roofing, I still need to get on the roof. So I feel like that's incomplete. So I did eliminate all the repetitive comments,
Mhm.
and I did add some to the siding, and then so if people want to read through 2.2.
I don't know why it won't give me that full screen.
There you go.
The front entry section, which front end, where are you?
What are you reading?
Is that on the north side of the building?
Front entry, that's the Cooleyville Road side.
So it's the north side of the building
Yes.
as opposed to the front and the back of the building? For the entry in the back of the building?
Well, I think of that as, well, it's, I will change that to say front entry is,
About the front north entry.
yeah, okay.
There.
Okay,
One
so,
where it says, adjacent rear entry door, do you want south? There, Jeff?
yeah, we also, why not? Can't hurt.
Where do you want me to put that?
Rear, south, between rear and entry, south. So action level for 2.2.
Well, let's finish reading.
Okay.
Okay, I'm kind of liking the high priority on this one.
Which matches 2.1.
Yeah, because I think, it's causing further decay.
Mhm.
I would agree.
What's 2.3 windows? Wood and factory paint finish. No concern.
The windows
Is
of
that
the
the
building,
windows in the
there's-
whole building?
the windows, 99% of the windows are Anderson windows, and they have a
Yeah.
factory painted finish. And I
On
didn't
the
see
inside or the outside?
outside. This is the exterior of the building.
I think if
Aluminum.
Becky was still here, she would. I think there's a problem. Those windows are leaking like crazy. Air, not water. Air infiltration.
Well, I can talk to her about that, but that wouldn't be something you'd discover on the outside of the building.
Right. Well, okay. And that factory finish is in good shape?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. And is it aluminum or is it vinyl?
the factory finish,
Yeah.
it's a paint.
Is it paint on wood or is it paint on aluminum?
Paint on wood. Windows are natural on the inside.
And this is like on the let's say north, south, west side of the building?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I can look at, you raise questions. I will look again, but
Because I remember looking at those windows like in the spring, and I thought they were, yeah, when I had the other window guy out there, and I thought they were clad with aluminum.
the actual window sash,
Yeah.
the only ones that might be clad would be on the rear addition. But all the side windows, those are, now I don't know about those two that are being replaced because those were not Anderson windows. But
Right.
the Anderson windows, that's their standard. It's a factory paint finish.
Why don't you just next time you're up there, take a look again, because that's not what I
Well-
remember.
I'm making notes.
Okay.
Well, let's assume that I don't see anything. So how do you want to,
Monitor.
Monitor.
Hmm. 2.4.
mhm.
What are our options again?
Priority
Priority.
high, priority low, monitor, anticipate future need to repair. Bless you.
What about low?
Yeah. The ones that are missing screens, are they opened all summer?
You mean, are they using them?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, each office or room has multiple windows. So, you could, unless you wanted to open every single window, you could selectively open those that have screens.
How about low priority?
Low priority would be good for that one. Is there enough grade on that side also?
I'm sorry?
Is there enough grade on the 2.6? Is there enough grade by the senior room?
There actually is a little bit of grade. But both of those covered entries are getting water from a pretty good sized area of the roof because there's a valley that comes down and then is dropping water. And, because the building sits so close to grade, trying to get it, that water away from the building somewhat. And since the downspout can be put, say, on the outside of the roof cover, it's already then 5 feet away from the building.
For 2.6, I'm thinking high priority.
Yeah, because they're gonna get rid of that water. It's
Yeah.
gonna continue to
Well,
rot.
Also because they're exit
Mhm.
ways.
Right.
What's 2.8?
Blank. Don't know why.
Okay.
When we get into parking, didn't Becky one day say that like the school, we're responsible for the walls and the DPW is responsible for the horizontal?
Are you talking about the new library?
No, I'm talking the old, not the this SE, this elementary school. We were talking about something one day, and she goes, "Oh yeah, we're DPW handles everything flat, and we handle everything up and down." That's why I'm looking at the roads, or the parking lot and all that.
I don't remember that discussion, so
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I actually was wondering, does
Yeah.
the highway department, oh, I was corrected at town meeting, Frank. It's not DPW. We don't have a
Oh.
Department of Public Works. It's the highway department.
Highway department.
Yeah.
Too many years in Providence.
Right. So does the highway department do road patching, like like that small pothole at the entry off of Cooleyville Road, the west entry? Is that the type of thing?
I think they do because they do all the maintenance in the front. They cut the lawn, they trim back the trees. They do the plowing.
I mean, I know they maintain the dirt roads, so they
Yeah.
obviously can maintain the dirt
Mhm.
section of the parking area.
Maybe we'll wait till Steve.
Becky can
Yeah.
wave the report in their face about these things.
Okay, so for 3.2, I'd say priority low.
Mhm.
Same with the dirt area.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Priority
that
low.
Yeah, priority low with that. I remember looking at this and thinking it's a sad. The railing is very sad because it's a
I think
very
this is priority. I think this is priority high.
yeah, and I think it's just it's not a great. It's a not a great. They just put a couple lugs into the ground. They could have done it a little differently to make it sturdier. So
Well, they should have, the posts that go into the stone wall should be longer, and they should have drilled further down into the
Mhm.
wall. And I
Yep.
think, to stabilize this, somehow that'll need to be done. Maybe there can be a slightly smaller post set deeper that the
Yep.
railing could then slip
Why
over
can't
top.
we put a new fence in front of the wall or behind the wall, whichever way you look at it,
Yeah.
not in?
That's what I thought,
This-
is just move everything in front of the wall towards Cooleyville Road and take off
Exactly.
that, and they could move that one or do something just to keep people from moving back there because it's loose on both sides.
Yeah, I could see somebody walking through the shrubs and going right over the edge.
Yep.
Yep. I think if we on 3.7, 3.8, if we do priority high, that'll address whoever is responsible for the grounds. To get it, just have it noted. It could be a highway department project.
The highway department didn't do the planting, correct?
No. Oh, I don't know.
For some
I don't
reason,
think
I
so.
think Penny Jacks may have done planting.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
you're right.
I'm going to, she sent me an email about how the meeting room, the backdrop in the meeting room when there's some kind of Zoom meeting is pretty unattractive. And can we put that on our very, as she put it, very long list? And I said, sure, but I thought, I told her I'd meet her up there and talk to her about that. But I'll find out if she did the planting, and I will then explain to her the issue that was created with that bed.
which wall in the downstairs meeting room?
Well, the one that I think was in her photograph is if you come into the meeting room from the hall, the
Yeah.
one that would be straight across.
Where the utility closet is.
Yes.
Just have to find some beautiful wallpaper that has scenic views of Shutesbury on it. big old poster.
So I haven't really looked carefully at the trees and the planting to see.
I remember walking through there when we were doing that drainage thing, and it was it's got to just be some of them are just overgrown and have to be just hacked back, and then
Mhm.
because they added all the dirt on top of it, it sloped back, so they have to put either drainage in between the things, put the drainage to get it away. I think that'd be a good thing.
What's a Lugano G215?
That's the specific information that's on the boiler. So it's, Badaris is the brand, and it's a Lugano G215, which probably, maybe it's 250,000, 15,000 BTUs of input. I'm not sure.
So it's like a model number or model?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And this is some of the pictures Becky's going to show Jamrod.
And this boiler's for hot water as well as heating, or
No.
just for heating?
Just for heating. There's a separate heat pump water heater in the utility room that's quite new.
So is that thing running right now, this boiler?
Um, well,
I thought
interestingly enough, when I
Yeah, I
did
thought
the
that was-
inspection, um, it was for the more recent inspections, in the summer, the thing was maintaining temperature. So I asked Becky about it, and I showed her where the emergency shutoff switch was, and I said, turn this off and it won't run. And that's a question for that's on the sheet related to the boiler.
Mhm.
Why is that running when it, the boiler, newer boilers, unlike old boilers, are relatively small capacity as far as the amount of water in them, so they can heat up very quickly. But years ago, the boilers would be these mammoth things that might take 20 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes to heat up to the point where they can put out some useful heat. And then also you'd have large volume radiators. So you just have all this water in the system that would take a very long time to heat. So it made sense to have the boiler maintaining temperature so that when you asked for heat, it was there. But
Mhm.
there's quite a bit of hot water baseboard now, which is, just a single, probably 1-inch diameter pipe, maybe slightly larger, and some cast iron radiators. But there's no reason in my mind why the boiler needs to be sitting there on standby. Because in the fall and the spring, when you might need heat one day but not the next, why continue to run it, and burn oil?
Mhm.
So that's a question that's on that sheet. But so it's off right now, Jeff, to answer your question.
Okay.
Just curiosity, the thermostats, are they timers also?
They're programmable.
Yeah, are they programmed though?
Yes.
Okay. We should look at the programs just to make sure there are.
Becky has them set. I mean, I don't know what time they come on and go off, but she has them set to drop the temperature. When we get down to thermostats, I don't
Okay.
have that information, but she has them set to turn the temperature back to 55 at night.
So 4.3 tank
Uh-huh.
are the oil tanks?
2 oil tanks, they're typically that vintage tank, it's either 250 or 275 gallons, and there are 2 of them side by side in the boiler room.
This is nitpicking, but can you put the word oil in
Yeah,
front of
I,
tank?
hold on a second, yeah. I just don't know where that goes.
Thank you.
Monitor, because all the copper is good.
Yeah, and I didn't see any issue with any of the radiators.
Mhm.
I haven't run the system to actually, I'm gonna check, because there's a question about how some of the areas heat
Mhm.
the addition.
What's the expansion tank?
With any hot water system, as you heat the water
Okay.
up, it expands. So the expansion tank is say an air cushion tank. It's
Yep.
typically half air, half water. Allows for expansion to occur without pressure building in the system.
Mhm. Okay.
For number 4.6,
Uh-huh.
is this adjustable louver automatic or no?
No, I pointed this out to a couple people when I was at town hall. So in the baseboard strip where the opening is, where the heat would come out, there's a metal component. It's a louver that you can press, manipulate, and you can shut it or partially shut it. And that just affects the air moving in and through, and therefore affects how much heat you're getting.
Okay.
Hot water
Right. Were
baseboard
they all,
usually runs as a continuous loop. So a lot of times the first room to get the heat will get hotter than the last room. So if you manipulate the louvers, you can modulate it somewhat.
Got it.
did you find any of them that were completely closed?
The louvers?
Yeah,
No, none of they were all wide open.
okay.
Most people don't understand that it's adjustable and what it's for.
Yep, okay.
So I see it's 6:30. Do we want to call the meeting and continue this at the next meeting?
Sounds like a plan.
Do I hear a motion to end this meeting?
I make a motion to end the meeting.
Second,
I'll second.
Cook. Again,
Aye.
Quackenbush. I saw her
Aye.
lips. Dalmas, aye.
Okay.
Okay, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Frank, nice job on the minutes.
Thank you. We'll do some more later. Hey, quick question for you.
Yeah.
I heard your name last night at the select board meeting for FERCog. Becky said you turned down something as an inspector.
Oh. She wanted me to, I don't know, take on another position.
Oh, I was wondering what that position was.
I asked her questions about, I'm still not 100% sure what the position was. So I don't think I can be.
I would
clear.
just, the amount of time you all are spending on the library is mind boggling to me, so, plus this committee, but anyway.
Yeah,
um,
well, that's why I felt like my plate was full enough.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Okay,
All
I'm
right.
gonna go jump on the other meeting and see how that's going. Okay, thank you.
All right, see ya.
Here is that.